Welcome to Karen. So incredible. It's so breathtaking. The transformation is kind of leaving me speechless. I got to be here and I have to say it was a completely different foyer entryway experience. The colors on the walls, the use of the wainscoting in this really considered manner. This is a space that I can see going wrong in so many ways. A lot of the times when you're presented with a double volume experience like this, especially on your entryway, we feel the need to fill it up with something. We don't want the walls to be too bare. So maybe we'll do pictures and that might end up looking too busy. Or you might think forward and be like, I do want wainscoting. But if the design is not correct, it could still end up being way too busy. So it's a really delicate balance between something that feels so welcoming and so simple and yet so striking. And as I'm looking around and seeing how that wainscoting has been played with in different ways as we go higher and higher, leading up to that beautiful, that is stunning gypsum design. It's quite simple, but you can see that we have like a decorative border around it, the lights, and of course that centerpiece. I have said on many occasions that chandeliers are like jewelry, and this has to be one of the most stunning pieces I've ever seen. So at Fine Urban Interiors, we've been talking back and forth, and there's ideas of having like a grand piano on this side. And because the walls here are very unique in their shape, you can see how they curve in. We could also include a curved seat in this area. That way, we're not leaving this space too plain, and also we're not doing too many things and making it busy. From the foyer, I am looking directly into the living room, but where I'm currently standing is a hallway. On my left, we have a nice lounge area leading out into the pool. We have the DSQ, we have the kitchen, and to my right, we have an office and the first guest bedroom and bathroom. So let's begin with the office. It is a nice, simple space. The floor is wooden. We have a really nice calming color on the floor. No office is complete without cabinetry. And another thing you'll pick up as we're going through is these massive windows that are just allowing light to penetrate through every nook and cranny of this house. Here we have ample space, and this is where it really shines, how when I was saying that the architect and developer did pay special attention to spacing. This room is very well spaced out. Nice simple floors, nice wall colors, simple gypsum design. All the rooms in this house are en suite, but we'll have a better look at the bathroom when we're looking at the shared bathroom right out here. You can see how those warm tones are running throughout that house. You've seen it on the doors, you've seen it on the floors, and here now in the tile selection, we have a nice, simple, clean design on the vanity, big mirror, and nice toilet bowl. You can see all the finishing touches are really well considered, and I think that is what really stands out about this house. Now we can head over to the other side. And as I'm walking through this hallway, there is so much actually to talk about. There is a very captivating geometrical element to the designs that have been chosen and how they've been used, not only in the edges of the wainscoting, but even in the gypsum and the different small sections. It is so intricate, the different, how it's been sectioned out, the inclusion of the cove lighting and the recess lighting. And you can see how the bidding has gone throughout this hallway, kind of leading the way in such a gentle manner. And now we are entering the lounge area that leads out into the pool. As much as I want to immediately throw these doors open and take you guys outside, I want to finish up with the interior areas. So here is another space you can see. Those colors keep going on. They are nice and warm, and that is allowed because of all these large openings throughout this entire house, allowing that light to really pour in, to really get into all the corners so that you don't have any dark spaces, but really nicely done cabinetry, nice and tucked away, nice counter space. And then we have the kitchen over on this side. I will not be going into detail about that because there is a second phase that we will be doing. So we have the kitchen, the DSQ, and then the garage that will potentially be turned into a gym. The transition from the foyer into the living room is as simple as 2 steps. So we have step 1, step 2, and now we are in the living room. The first thing that we saw was the fireplace. It is such a wonderful touch, and you can see this one is like a built-in fireplace. But unfortunately, a lot of times when we find houses that do have fireplaces, it's kind of neglected. It's just built there, and then you have a basic design for molding. But Fine Urban Interiors is all about elevating things. And you can see we've taken the time to come in here and do this molding, and now it stands out more and makes more of an impact into the house. And I guarantee you this is just going to add to the coziness alongside these beautiful dark wooden floors. And as I'm looking up to this gypsum design, I cannot help but notice the intricacies. It's the use of the simple geometrical shape, which is a rectangle, but layering it in such a way that it has such a classic feel, such a clean finish, and it's working alongside, again, cove lighting and recess lighting in multiple layers. What more could you want from a gypsum design? You always want something striking, something beautiful, something unique, and this is all of that wrapped into one. Now let's walk over into the dining area. Here again, we have a much more cut back version of what you see in the main living space, but still it is brought together by the addition of that trimming that you can see all around, that gypsum, nice and simple. Here you can see that the cove lighting has been put in a very strategic way. But of course, in talking about the gypsum, I'm not gonna ignore this centerpiece. Sometimes you might feel that if you have a ceiling in every space, it must have a massive chandelier, and that's not necessary. You've seen how we've made a very beautiful design on that space, but here it did feel appropriate, so we do have a chandelier here. It's one of the things that we like to do is come up with an idea and try and put it up and see how we feel about it. For the moment, that's what we have there, just to get a good idea of what the space is intended to look like once it's complete. And both in the living space and the dining area, you can see no wainscoting at all. The walls are bare. That division of white and gray is no longer there, but we have kept this simple border of bidding just cutting through the middle of the wall. Nice, clean, simple design. I think this house is the epitome of how classy designs or modern designs does not mean boring, that you cannot play around with different textures and different ideas. I feel like there's a reason that I've actually ended up coming back here, because I did a massive blunder in not talking about the gypsum. When I am walking through, you can see the use of squares and rectangles, and yet every different space that you go into really stands out in such a unique way. The finishes, all the edges, I am not seeing any lumps or bumps anywhere that I'm looking. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So the only place for us to go from here is up that stunning staircase. This is where you get a really amazing look at what those windows look like and what they do for this house. Getting to see the gypsum up close and how perfectly it actually curves at the top to go with the windows of this house. And of course, getting a more detailed look at this chandelier. I thought from the bottom the view was great, but from the top it's even better. So now we can take a look at what some of the other bedrooms in this house look like. Downstairs we looked at the office and we looked at the first guest bedroom. Here we have another room. Nice cozy space, not too big, not too small. Great consideration of space. Again, all of them are en suite. I have to really appreciate the care and attention that was put in selecting the type of fixtures that have been put into the space, and how easy it is to move in this space. Nothing is bumping into each other. Nice textures on the wall, nice colors. This room also has these sliding doors that lead into a balcony that actually wraps around. We'll go into the next room, which is a master bedroom, which is here. So we'll pop into a room that's right at this corner, check it out, and then we can go to the master bedroom. Here we go. Oh, this one feels much larger. When you're standing outside, you will notice that there is symmetry created in how this is curved. The entrance as well, we have a curved design, and these big windows also, of course, allow the light to really pour into the spaces. As always, I did mention all the rooms are en suite, so this one as well does have a very unique bathroom, great fixtures. Everything is just so well done. Now into the next room, which is the master bedroom. First things first, we have the walk-in closet. I have to appreciate the cabinetry. It looks really sturdy. I like these nice, simple, understated handles. We have a big mirror. Everything has been kept nice and clean and simple, classy. Of course, all the master bedrooms are really big, and this is the balcony I was talking about, the one that wraps around. So here you can see, you can also access it, step outside and get a view into the backyard. Now let's take a look at what the master bathroom looks like. Wow, wow, wow. Massive tiles, different textures, different colors. This is incredible. This is one of those things that I feel I definitely want to have in my house. Just tuck in your towels in there. Once you're done with your tub, you can wrap up in a nice warm towel. We have a shower, a bidet, and now you have your toilet bowl nice and tucked away into that space. This is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Here we have a common bathroom, which is actually what you'd use when you're in this room, which is the family room. And then over here we have yet another room. Guys, this is a massive house. Can you tell? Can you tell it's a massive house? Massive, simple, clean. I feel like I am sounding repetitive, but if I'm sounding repetitive, it's a good thing actually, because it means that the house is harmonious, that it doesn't always feel like every room you're walking into is like, who touched this room? Everything has been well considered. You can see we have another set of stairs. So up that is where we have the gym, the home gym, and it's a massive, massive space. This is a massive home gym. This has to be the biggest space I've ever seen allocated for a gym. There is a bathroom specially for the gym, and it has this high-end shower cubicle with jets and all those things that will make you feel good after a day of working out, an hour, an hour or hours of working out, where you have those jets and just giving you a really good massage. But I cannot wait to see what this space is actually transformed into, because as I mentioned, the garage area downstairs is also really big, and the client felt like maybe they might like their gym to be down there. So that will leave this space for I think maybe another more private lounge area. Well, that is to be seen. The first thing I want you guys to notice about this space is how big it is. The second thing I want you to notice is how green it is. I love the fact that the architect and developer made sure to make special consideration for the natural features. So you'll see the grass, and we are working to maintain that. But when I'm talking about space, I can see like 5 cars comfortably fitting in this space. But you can also see over here, we have an allocation for a car shade and even more parking space. So right in that is a garage, so you can also park your car in there. But the client saw it like we did, and it was like, we have so much space out here for parking. So they're thinking of even transforming that other parking area into maybe like a home gym. And I love it when developers and architects really make it easy for a client to transform any spaces into their homes to anything that they want. It actually joins into the kitchen, and then you can access the rest of the house. But let's get into what fine urban construction and interiors actually brought to this house. Every time I go to a property that we're working on and I am greeted by tall columns at the entrance, first thing I know is there's definitely going to be more around the house. And the second thing I know for certain is that fine urban construction and interiors is going to knock it out of the park in terms of beautifying it and really elevating these columns to make a statement, just like we've done here. These are some tall columns, but the molding is exactly what they needed to just elevate this entire entrance. And of course, when it gets dark, you might not see all these beautiful, intricate details that has taken so much time to do. So we will be including some lights at the bases just so it can illuminate all those details when it's dark. So now that we're done with these columns, we can walk on to the front door. And this is what I'm talking about when I talk about a grand entrance. I have mentioned on several occasions that any house with a swimming pool, the pool will always be my favorite part. But this one takes it to a whole new level. This is a heated pool, and that just makes it even more perfect. I mean, on a day like this, you wouldn't really need to heat it up. That's why I kind of feel bad that I forgot to bring my swimsuit. I could have taken a dip in the waters. But we have to make the most out of the surroundings, because you can actually just open up those doors and have that indoor-outdoor experience in the lounge. We have to make sure that the views continue. So as you continue, you can see here we have a massive piece of land. I did mention that this house is sitting on an 1-acre piece of land. Over on my left, we will be erecting a gazebo just to give more areas to lounge around. If you don't want to be in the main house, if you want to have a bit more of a private party, you could have it at the gazebo. But on this side, we will also be including a kids play area. So we are making the most of this backyard for the adults and also the kids. So I have shown you guys all the things that we've done so far, how we've been able to work alongside the work that was already there and just elevate and modernize this massive, gorgeous house, how we've made sure that everything works seamlessly together, nothing feels out of place. Leave us a comment and let us know what your favorite part of this massive mansion has been. Is it the wainscoting at the entrance? Is it that beautiful chandelier? Is it the molding on the columns all around this house? Let us know in the comments. We love reading them. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and do all that beautiful stuff. You can find us on Instagram, or on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff, all at Fine Urban Construction and Interiors. And I'll see you guys in the next video.